says no record of these meetings exists. Damning new pictures were also released.
តោះសម្រាប់ផ្លឹករបស់យើងជិះឆៃយើងអូខេអ្នកនរគ្នាឥឡូវនេះស្ពីបការពិភពលោកគឺតឹងតែងខ្លាំងមែនតើហ្មងជាមួយនឹងសហរដ្ឋអាមេរិកនិងអ៊ឺរ៉ង់គឺថាតាមតាំងមកកម្រិតទៀតហើយអ្នកនរគ្នាបើតាមសារព័ត៌មានតាម
Starting in 2026, Shopify is offering new merch.
I understand y'all going on the app over there because you're getting free speech, and that's great.
Amazing. We're now allowed to travel from the UK to China without a visa.
It's genuinely shocking to me that people don't realize that Trump's been running the same play.
Show participants a butter an electric shock.
Major breaking news out of Texas, where the Democratic candidate just won the runoff election against the Republican candidate in the largest Republican county in the entire United States. This is a county that went, I think, 17.
មិត្តភ័ក្ដិខ្ញុំគ្រាន់តែខ្ញុំធ្លាក់ទម្រង់ផឹកភៀមប្លុកខ្ញុំចោលក៏ដោយ
4 គ្រឿងមកបណ្ណាមកលោតពីក្រូចទៅ
anhឆ្ងល់ I sit on the toilet for an hour ហើយមិនជុះទេឲ្យតែអញចាប់ដើមចូលឡើងបប
More Epstein files. Here's the problem every dime, but if you abandon it too fast, change rates get chaotic. So BRICS has created a new currency called the unit.
This might be one of the craziest Epstein files I've ever seen. The FBI chose not to investigate this case because there was a lack of evidence, they say. But just take a look at the details. This is an email conversation.
We could, instead of building these super intelligent gods in a box, right now China, as I understand it from Eric Schmidt and Selena Xu in the New York Times, wrote a piece about how China is actually taking a very different approach to AI. And they're focused on narrow, practical applications of AI. So like, how do we just increase government services? How do we make, education better? How do we embed DeepSeek in the WeChat app? How do we make robotics better and pump GDP? So like what China's doing with BYD and making the cheapest electric cars and how...
Yeah, okay, so this...
The visuals there that you're seeing.
What's up, America? The United States GDP jumps to 4.3%. Wow, holy hell, that's a major gain for industry here in the United States. A 4.3% GDP, that is absolutely astounding. Given the fact that we had GDP growth under Joe Biden, sometimes as low as 1%. This is absolutely huge gains. We haven't seen anything like this for many years here in the United States.
TikTok បានណែនាំ account នារីខ្ញុំច្រើនណាស់តែ account ម្នាក់ Meta will be the biggest winner in social media in 2026.
Do you want to know the hottest thing in the AI?
Hey. So I know Don Lemon. My husband created CNN.
So China just canceled 1,200 metric tons of pork from the United States. This would have been the all-time largest pork shipment to China.
This is a rural settlement in Japan. This is not... This is a rural settlement in Japan. This is not any of the big cities in Japan. This is just a small town in one of the smallest states, in one of the smallest islands in Japan. And this is what the regional or rural area of Japan looks like. So it's less busier and less rowdier.
ដូចជាលើកដែនកំណត់ពេកហើយបងប្អូនយើងខ្ញុំគិតថាគួរតែបន្ថយទៅឬក៏កាត់បន្ថយឲ្យកាន់តែច្រើនកាន់តែល្អខ្ញុំឃើញថាមួយរយៈចុងក្រោយនេះបងប្អូននៅលើបណ្ដាញសង្គមជាច្រើនតាក់ទងជាមួយនឹងបងប្អូនដែលគាត់មាន page កីឡាគ្រប់គ្រងក្លឹបដែលគាត់ស្រឡាញ់ណាបាទខ្ញុំមិន
There's a lot of people predicting that this might be the future of the European Union. A European Union that is not so much European anymore. Let's get one thing straight. The European Union has never exclusively been the European.
Something weird is going on with the longest YouTube video. So this YouTube channel has been circulating recently as 3...
Germany just made whole... Germany...
Have you heard?
Nobody is talking about this. When it comes... បើសិនជាពិបាកចិត្តណាត្រូវចាំថាជំងឺបេះដូងជំងឺតែសរសៃឈាមខួរក្បាលជំងឺអីផ្សេងៗណាសម្រាប់មនុស្សនៅសល់រយៈពេលមនុស្សគាំងមនុស្សដកដង្ហើមតែជំងឺផ្លូវចិត្តណាវិនាទីនេះរស់វិនាទីក្រោយស្លាប់អញ្ចឹងរឿងណាដែលអាចអោបកសោបបានចាំអោបរឿងណាដែលដឹងថាទៅមុខអត់រួចទេដោះលែង
Hey USA, what's new with you? So we have some good news because remember the 5-year-old who was detained by ICE like 10 days ago and
ខ្មែរយើងដែលយើងចំណាំហៅថាកែបបំពងកូនកែបបំពងណាឬក៏យើងហៅថាកែបជាកែបតូចបំពងនោះណាហើយកូនសិស្សខ្ញុំសួរអង់គ្លេសថាម៉េចដល់ពេលខ្ញុំមិនដឹងថាត្រូវធ្វើម៉េចខ្ញុំឆ្លើយប្រាប់សិស្សថា small fry frogs ហើយអាពេលហ្នឹងគឺខ្ញុំឆ្លើយទាំងបរោះទេប្រាប់គាត់ថាអាហ្នឹងយើងអាចប្រើបានណាប៉ុន្តែអត់ច្បាស់ខ្លួនឯងទេហើយដល់ពេលមកដល់កន្លែងវិញឆែកពាក្យមើលទៅអញ្ចឹងមិនមានន័យថាអាពាក្យហ្នឹងគឺ small fry frogs យើងប្រែថាតឡនតនទៅវាសំណាងអញ្ចឹងដល់ពេលឆែកទៅឃើញអញ្ចឹងមែនថ្មីអត់ដែររៀបពាក្យហ្នឹងថ្មីខ្មែរយើងដែលយើងចំណាំហៅថា
The AI bubble might burst a lot sooner than we expected. At least according to Tom's Hardware, could be as soon as 2028. Let's talk about it. I'm sure you're sick of hearing about AI, but if there's one silver lining is that it's a bubble, and bubbles burst, and it might happen a lot sooner than expected. Now, if you don't know why AI is a bubble, it's because it's money being invested with money that hasn't been earned for money that will never be earned. It's basically a cycle that leads to a black hole. Multi-billion-dollar corporations say that they're working on AI because there's a huge demand, and their proof is companies like NVIDIA who are making hardware for AI, who say that there's a huge demand for the hardware, and their proof is the companies that are working on AI. So they're both the hard demand for each other, while neither are making money. But it seems like that bubble's about to burst because some experts looked into the finances of companies like OpenAI, and it's looking like
These creators are all over social media right now, building Instagram.
Only 20% of people can see this. Can you?
Man, this is too good. Donald Trump just got badly booed while giving a speech at SneakerCon in Philadelphia. This is hilarious. Take a look at the clip.
Wow, a lot of emotion.
This lie the U.S. government is still telling the public. The Israelis are not our friends. The FBI has been able to identify 187 undeclared Mossad agents spread all around the United States to steal secrets from our defense contractors. And we give the Israelis 99% of the technology that we have. They're trying to steal that last 1%. Now, I'll give you an example. We went to the Israelis. We said, look, we're developing this new fighter called the F-35. It's going to be the best fighter. They said, we want it. We said, great, we'll give them to you. We're going to call yours the F-35I, I for Israel. And what we're going to do is we're going to very slightly degrade the avionics. So, God forbid, if one of them gets shot down, the Iranians or the Russians or the Chinese can't get the avionics. They said, no, we want the F-35.
หนึ่งในประเทศตอนนี้ครับที่ไม่ค่อยเป็นข่าวแต่กำลังจะถูกเลือกมากขึ้นเรื่อยๆในแถบภูมิภาคอาเซียนนั่นก็คือมาเลเซียเพราะในช่วงไม่กี่ปีที่ผ่านมามาเลเซียเป็นหนึ่งในประเทศที่ถูกเลือกจากนักลงทุนทั่วโลกให้เข้ามาลงทุนหลายด้านไม่ว่าจะเป็นโลจิสติกส์ Data Center หรือแม้แต่เซมิคอนดักเตอร์และตอนนี้ก็มีอยู่2เมืองที่ได้รับความสนใจจากนักลงทุนก็คือที่เมืองปีนังกับเมืองยะโฮบารูซึ่งเป็นเมืองที่เอื้อต่อการทำงานไม่ใช่เมืองที่มุ่งแต่จะสร้างภาพลักษณ์แค่เพียงอย่างเดียวจุดแข็งของมาเลเซียไม่ได้เน้นไปที่ความหวือหวาในเรื่องของภาพลักษณ์แต่ว่าเน้นไปที่เรื่องของต้นทุนที่เสถียรแล้วก็สามารถคาดการณ์ได้ง่ายไม่ว่าจะเป็นเรื่องของค่าแรงที่อาจจะไม่ได้ถูกที่สุดแต่มีความเสถียรเรื่องของกฎระเบียบที่ค่อนข้างนิ่งแล้วก็ชัดเจนรวมไปถึงเรื่องของการเมืองที่ค่อนข้างจะมีความต่อเนื่องครับแต่เรื่องนี้มาเลเซียก็มีความเสี่ยงเหมือนกันครับคือประเทศที่ต้องพึ่งพาการลงทุนจากต่างชาติสูงถ้าหากว่าโลกมีความผันผวนหรือว่ามีผลกระทบในแง่ของตลาดเงินประเทศเหล่านี้ก็จะได้รับผลกระทบมากกว่าประเทศอื่นก่อนแต่ถ้าหากว่าเปรียบเทียบกันจริงๆครับประเทศที่มีความเสถียรในเรื่องของต้นทุนก็มีโอกาสจะฟื้นตัวจากเศรษฐกิจโลกได้เร็วกว่าประเทศอื่นเหมือนกันประเทศไทยตอนนี้มีความพร้อมแค่ไหนแล้วที่จะยอมรับแล้วก็ปรับตัวให้ทันกับการเปลี่ยนแปลงที่กำลังจะเกิดขึ้นหนึ่งในประเทศตอนนี้ครับที่ไม่ค่อยเป็นข่าวแต่กำลังจะถูกเลือกมากขึ้นเรื่อยๆในแถบภูมิภาคอาเซียนนั่นก็คือมาเลเซียเพราะในช่วงไม่กี่ปีที่ผ่านมามาเลเซียเป็นหนึ่งในประเทศที่ถูกเลือกจากนักลงทุนทั่วโลกให้เข้ามาลงทุนหลายด้านไม่ว่าจะเป็นโลจิสติกส์ Data Center หรือแม้แต่เซมิคอนดักเตอร์และตอนนี้ก็มีอยู่2เมืองที่ได้รับความสนใจจากนักลงทุนก็คือที่เมืองปีนังกับเมืองยะโฮบารูซึ่งเป็นเมืองที่เอื้อต่อการทำงานไม่ใช่เมืองที่มุ่งแต่จะสร้างภาพลักษณ์แค่เพียงอย่างเดียวจุดแข็งของมาเลเซียไม่ได้เน้นไปที่ความหวือหวาในเรื่องของภาพลักษณ์แต่ว่าเน้นไปที่เรื่องของต้นทุนที่เสถียรแล้วก็สามารถคาดการณ์ได้ง่ายไม่ว่าจะเป็นเรื่องของค่าแรงที่อาจจะไม่ได้ถูกที่สุดแต่มีความเสถียรเรื่องของกฎระเบียบที่ค่อนข้างนิ่ง
I want you to pay attention to which major online personalities are not talking about the emails and which ones are. Those that aren't talking about the emails, what do you notice about literally?
trong ចំពោះថ្ងៃនោះដែរគឺជាថ្ងៃ31ខែមករាដែលអ្នកគ្រប់គ្នាគាត់ទន្ទឹងរង់ចាំខ្លាំងមែនទែនតែម្ដងព្រោះឯខែមករានេះគឺវាចំ100ថ្ងៃហើយអញ្ចឹងថ្ងៃស្អែកគឺ1កុម្ភៈដាច់ខែវាដែរដាច់ឆ្នាំឡើងមកយូរនេះចាំដាច់ខែអើយដល់កយមែនខ្លាំងមែនឥឡូវយើងទៀតដៃម្ដងទៀតយេដាច់ខែមករាហើយដាច់ខែដាច់ទៅវើយអាណាស្ពាក់លុយសងលុយផងហើយ
BYDs are suddenly everywhere in this country.
Hey everybody, welcome to part number 7 in the countdown to number 13, or the count up. Talking about why the Heritage Foundation is the most dangerous organization in the world and how they are controlling Trump to do their bidding. In Project 2025, one of the major policy areas talks about executive power and governance. And they have 3 core objectives in that section. The first one is to implement strong unitary executive theory. The second one, limit independence of agencies such as the DOJ, FBI, FTC, FCC, etc. And the third one is to reduce internal dissent within the government. So now let's translate them into even more plain English. The first one, implement strong unitary executive theory. What that means is the president has unlimited power, bypassing Congress, courts, and all checks and balances. Number 2, limit independence of agencies like the DOJ, FBI, FTC, FCC, etc. What that means is weaponize federal agencies against opposition forces. And number 3, reduce internal dissent within government. That means fire all government employees who question political orders, whether that's the military or anything else. Stay tuned for tomorrow's part 8. Watching, remember, government shouldn't be this corrupt, and it doesn't have to be.
So the man who ran up and sprayed Congresswoman Omar with an unknown substance ended up being a MAGA right-wing radical. Just like the man who attacked Paul Pelosi with a hammer, the killer of Melissa Hortman and her husband, all of the January 6th insurrectionists, as well as the mass shooters of the Charleston Church, Tree of Life Synagogue, El Paso Walmart, Colorado Springs nightclub, and on and on. In fact, in a study from Axios from the years 2016 through 2024, there have been 100 compared to just 41 from the left. Come on, liberals. It's like you're not even trying to be radical.